has just arrived. Isn't this the best delivery ever? A Natasha Denona brand new midi palette. So this is I Need a Warm. I've just been outside swatching this one, so I'm going to show you swatches and try 2 new looks and see what I think of this palette. And I'm also going to be showing you 2 of these incredible lipsticks from Valentino, probably the best packaging I have ever seen, so I cannot wait to show you these 2. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Hannah, I'm 47, I'm not a professional, I'm just somebody who loves makeup and beauty, and here on my channel I like to show you my favourite products, review the latest products and give you any beauty news I think you might be interested in. If you think you'd enjoy that, please do like and subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, thank you so very much for returning. You really mean the world to me, and please do comment below because I do love to get to chat to all of you and get to know you, I really do. And if you want to know about my skin tone, if that's useful to you in any way with these colours, I've got fair to light skin with neutral undertones that lean a little bit cool, and combination skin, not that that's going to be affecting anything we're trying on today. So let's get on with this video. You probably want me to jump straight to the Natasha Denona, but I'm going to actually start with the lipsticks, and the reason I'm going to do that is I'm wearing one of them and I tried it on over 4 hours ago. So I really want, and my lips are starting to feel a bit dry, they need another lipstick, they need a top up. So before I did that, I wanted you to see how well it's worn over 4 hours, because I've had a meal and about 4 drinks since applying this over 4 hours ago. And yes, it does need a top up, it does need a refresh, but I've got no liner, just the lipstick, and look how well this has worn. So that's why I'm starting with this lipstick. So here's some information on this lipstick. These are £35 and it comes in 13 different shades. They are refillable. You can get a refill for £32, but only 6 of the shades are refillable. So I'm not sure if they're going to increase it to all 13. So do bear that in mind. Make sure you like one of the refills if you're thinking of being able to do that. So this is described as an extra vibrant colour, long wear, 9-hour vibrant stay true colour. Now it's past 4 hours, certainly not 9, it needs a top up. But I do think for me personally that is very good. And it says that it's extra matte, which you will see in a minute, but I definitely think that this is a very smooth complementary matte. It really does look great on the lips. And it says it's infused with 25% light diffusing gel for a neat matte effect without the dry look, which I can definitely tell you it gives me. Extra luminosity, 12% pigment concentration with a translucent base for extra luminosity in every shade. And it's infused with their unique Roma-Light complex for this matte colour. I don't know what that is, but anyway. It does feel quite unique actually, the way it sits and the way it feels. It's a very nice formula, this. And the design, isn't it beautiful? The design is called Spike, and Spike Valentino is a bold statement inspired by Valentino Garavani Rockstud bag. If you've seen the bags, then these will probably look familiar. They also look very similar to the Roma Valentino perfume bottles, that sort of style. So these are studded gold metal cases, pulsating with the House of Valentino's Roman heritage and the code of cool couture, if I can say it right. The exquisitely finished golden monochrome packaging conveys extra refinement, a unique object of luxury and sophistication. Bullet slim, refillable, magnetic and unapologetically polysensorial. Spike Valentino is an iconic design. And out of the 13 shades, they talk about 4 iconic hues, and I have actually picked up 2 of those, so I'll show you the first one. But before I begin, let's just take a closer look at this packaging. I'm so pleased I got 2, and it might sound really silly, but I just love the way they sound when they're together. I think this packaging, I think there's a bit of a split in opinion on this, but I honestly think this is the best packaging ever. I love it. I just absolutely adore it. Here is a close-up of this stunning case. And here is the lipstick, which I've managed to make a bit of a mess of because in my rush to start this video, I pushed it down too fast. So ignore that. You will see the other one looking in better shape. So this shade here, this one is 134R, and that's what I've got on my lips now. So I'm just going to top this up before removing and trying the other one on. So 134R is described as couture in the streets, our perfect neutral tone to reveal the natural lip colour with an extra spike of sophistication, a mysterious hue midway between rosy and brown nude. And to show you how it's refillable, you literally just pull this out and then it can just be put in when you buy the refill. It's a very thin bullet. So this is what I'm wearing. I'm just going to top it up in the middle because on the outer edge I don't think I've lost any at all. So there is 134, the Rosy Brown Nude. I think it is amazing. It's so soft, so velvety, very lightweight, very comfortable, great longevity as we've seen. But look how it's hidden my lines and smoothed them out. I think this is a stunning formula. I really do. So for me, I am so pleased I got this. I really am. I was actually on the fence about buying these, and when I put my video out about will I buy it, won't I, somebody did say please try the Valentino. So I thought I'll pick up at least one, but then I ended up picking up two. But I love the formula and I absolutely love the packaging. So love this one. The only problem, as you're going to see now, is the other one I've chosen is a bit too similar. But anyway, I'll take this off and you will have a look. So the other shade I've got is 123, and this one is also one of the iconic shades. So 123 is described as a velvet nude colour. This is a neutral that shouts confidence, it says. The unique cool toned nude pink. So let's try this one on. It is different. It is definitely, because you get more of that pink, whereas the other one you're getting the sort of orange brown, not orange really, but it did look a bit orangey. It made me think of autumnal looks, the previous one, whereas this one you're just getting the pink, because the other one was rose and brown nude, whereas this one is just pink nude. So yeah, they are different, but I was trying to pick colours that were autumn appropriate since we're changing seasons soon. So this one is 123, just showing actually the magnetic closure on these fabulous cases. Very comfortable, they really are, and I don't think you need a liner with these. It's very rare I don't wear a liner, especially because I've got such small lips. I feel like they need the liner, but I like it without the liner. They are lovely. Very, very, very impressed. Absolutely recommend these if you want to splurge, or if you want to get someone a Christmas present. I know it's only August, but these are going to be perfect birthday presents, Christmas presents, or treat yourself, because wow, love them. But let's move on to the star of the show, which is this. And if you know me, you know that this is my favourite days of the year, is when one of these drops through my letterbox, because I love Natasha Denona. I could not be a bigger fan, and I love eyeshadows. So anyway, before I do anything else, let me show you my video of the swatches I've taken of this in the natural sunlight. So here are those swatches.
You're something beautiful, electric chemical. You take my breath away, feel my emotions push and pull. Shooting stars in your eyes, you're bringing me to life. Love how you say my name, you make it feel like summertime. When you reach out your hand, I find myself again. Electric wonderland, no, I just can't get enough. You feel like magic. Just one touch, my God, I gotta have it. You feel like magic.
So no surprise there, it's swatched absolutely beautifully. There wasn't one swatch that went badly as far as I was concerned. Absolutely stunning. But a lot of people have said, who picked up the golden palette, either they regretted it if they'd known this was coming, or they've got the golden so they don't need this. So I thought I'd just quickly show you them side by side. So excuse the mess. Sorry, the magnet is not allowing me to put them together. But yeah, excuse the mess of the golden palette. It's been very well lived for me during the summer, but you can see there is quite a huge difference between the two in my opinion. So I don't think there's any real standout shades. I'll just have a double check, because if there is, I will swatch them together. But if I don't swatch any you think look similar, please, I'm happy to do that. If you just head over to my Instagram, I will happily do a swatch comparison for you between shades. Okay, two slightly similar ones. This one is Dynamism. This one's from the new I Need a Warm. And this one is Alchemist. So that's not similar at all. Looks slightly similar in the pan, which really shows how they don't look similar when you swatch them. So that's from the golden palette. And Snug from the new palette. And I'm comparing that to Fizzy from the Golden palette. So slightly similar, but not exact. Soft Spot from the new palette. I'm comparing that to, is it Orla or Arla? They're quite similar. Arla from the Golden palette, and this one is Soft Spot from the new palette. So again, it is a bit deeper, and the other browns just don't look similar, to be honest. And I'll put the new one side by side with the I Need a Nude. So I Need a Nude is this one. And you can see how much cooler I Need a Nude is, because I don't think there's a single shade in here that looks similar enough to compare. They don't look similar. I'll have a double check of the shimmers though before I decide that, but you can see how this one is so much warmer. This is Homey from the new palette, and this is Whisper from I Need a Nude. So again, they look slightly similar, but they're not. I don't think I'll compare anymore because I don't think there's any similar enough to really check, but if there's one you want me to, as I said, happy to do that for you. And the only other palette I thought to compare it with is the I Need a Bronze, and you can see how much I Need a Warm is much less warm than I Need a Bronze. And again, I don't think there's any crossovers here at all. I really don't. So I won't swatch. I just don't see the point. I don't think it's helpful to you. But what I would say is, if you look through this very, very carefully and you already own the three I've just shown you, you could probably create your own version of this palette if you picked out colours that were a little bit similar. So if you're wanting to get this, but you just don't want to spend the money right now, that's certainly an option, because they can all be popped out and you can create your own palette. So that is an option, and I think if you went through the three I've just shown you, if they're already in your collection, you might be able to do that. Maybe if you just want to wait to get this in the sales or at Christmas, but you really want to try it, that could be a fun way of doing it. So just an idea. You're not going to get an exact match, but you will be able to get something a bit similar if you try to do that anyway. So it's nearly 4 p.m. here, very late for me to be filming, so I'm still drinking a coffee, so bear with me if I'm not in the most sharp frame of mind. I normally film first thing in the morning, but hopefully my coffee will help. And notice how my lipstick survives the coffee, which is very important with me. So I'm going to do 2 looks now with this new palette, but do watch out for my shorts because I will be filming more looks, probably even tomorrow morning. I mean, don't completely hold me to that, but I would imagine I'll be diving straight back into this palette tomorrow morning. So if I'm able to, I'll film that look and I'll upload it to my shorts. So I'll upload at least another 2 looks with this palette, so look out for those. So for the looks I'll try today, I'm going to try to use the 2 new formulas, because there are 2 new formulas introduced in this palette. And one of those formulas is the Slip Cream Matte, and I'll just see how many there are of that. Is it just the one? Yeah, and the Metal Gloss. So I'll just see how many of them are the Metal Gloss. There's Snug, Homey, just Snug and Homey are the Metal Gloss formula. So this one is Snug and this one is Homey. So that's how that looks at this new formula. And the other new formula, which is the Slip Cream Matte, which has quite a dry feel. It doesn't feel particularly creamy when I touch it, but it is very soft in a way that a powder wouldn't be. So there's that one. So maybe I should try these 3. I might actually try all 3 in one look, because they go quite well together, wouldn't they? So I might start with that, but I have to try this multi-chrome in this look, because that's the colour I'm most excited about in this palette. So flash over here is the new Slip Cream Matte. So I'm going to take this, I think I'll try my fluffy brush. This is the BK Beauty 202, is it? The words have actually started to come off this Well Love brush. So let's see how much pigment I'll get from this. I didn't really swirl heavily, because this is slightly creamy. Oh gosh, that's nice. I'm hoping it'll be a really nice base. God, that is such an easy thing to use, you know. It's incredibly user-friendly. It's like it makes me think of using the Armani eye tints, but not as wet, not as liquid. That is a stunning formula. That's going to be really popular, I think. And it could be built up, and that's with a little tap. I won't be building it up too much, but oh, that is lovely. It's a very smooth finish. And like I said, it doesn't feel at all creamy, but it's not reminding me at all of the cream to powder formula. This is much easier to work with. more pigmented, I'd say, than the cream to powder. Just much quicker to apply and blend out. Really, really nice. And I've got some on my Sonia G Pencil Pro, and I'm going to run a bit underneath. I think I'll go into Mellow. This is described as a matte, light, peachy nude, and I'm going to run this just around the edge to soften the edge out a bit. And that worked perfectly for that, honestly. What a dream to work with. These formulas are exceptional, as always, to be honest. No surprise. Very happy with that new slip one though. I'm hoping we'll get more of those. I really loved that. In fact, I wish there were more in it now. But we will be getting another one for the holidays, and I've heard rumours of them being rose and wood themed. So that could be interesting. So now let's go into the other new shade. So that's Snug and, was it Push I said? No, Snug and Homey. So this one is the Snug, yeah. This has a slightly sort of wet feel to it. Now I haven't, oh that is nice, look at that. I haven't put anything underneath other than concealer and powder earlier in the day. So I don't have anything to enhance this. So this is how it's looking without, oh that is absolutely stunning. Look at it. I'm going to end up saying this is my favourite palette by the end of this video. I can feel it already. How many times have I said that about Natasha Denona? Oh, that is gorgeous. I'd like to stop and do that all over the eye. That is absolutely stunning. I think what I've done so far, just these two shades together, perfect for an everyday easy eye look. Oh wow. So I'm going to go into Homey, which is the other one in this formula, the Metal Gloss formula, and I'm using my BK Beauty 207. I'm hoping these will be different enough for it to be obvious. In fact, I'll take it into the inner corner. I was thinking of using a different shade, but take it into the inner corner. Oh, it's nice in the inner corner, look. And then bring it up a bit here. Now trying these two together, I don't think they're different enough to show up. They're certainly different, but for me, I would have a deeper shade on the eye if I wanted to get this one to show up with it. So to be honest, I often find with all Natasha Denona sort of showy colours like this, that they should just be one and dones. The way I like to use her palettes is the lightest matte for transition, deepen up the crease with a deeper matte, and then just choose one of the special shades all over the lid. Because mixing two together almost seems pointless because they are just so beautiful. They give full coverage. This one certainly does. I think it does anyway. I'm not seeing any of my lid from underneath. And it just doesn't need to be mixed with anything. So I would have just left it. I'm just trying to show you the formulas when I'm only doing the two looks. But personally, I would go with one or the other all over the lid. I'm going to take Fancy. This is a metallic champagne. And run that one underneath the brow. Perfect shade for under the brow. This would also be a perfect inner corner pop shade. So the deepest one in the palette is this one. This is called Pep. So I'm going to use my liner brush. This is a matte medium brown. I don't know if it's going to be deep enough to line. It probably is actually. I don't like to have a particularly dark liner for me, so that's actually just about right. So being able to build this up and create a wing with it, I think that's absolutely fine. It's given me quite a soft finish, which I personally prefer. You might want something a bit deeper. So if you're looking for something deeper, I think you will have to go for a liner or maybe look for a black shadow in a different palette. But for me, I think that that is perfect. And sort of goes with the theme of the palette, doesn't it? Because they are warms, but they're not super strong warms like with the bronze. Like the bronze palette is exceptionally dark compared to this. So it does have that really deep sort of shade which you could use as a liner, and this one maybe. But that works better, I think, with these very deep shades. But this one, they're not deep warms, they are soft warms, I would describe them as. I don't know if that's even a term, but that's how they seem to me. But yeah, I think that is actually just perfect. I'm actually lining from here because it's so soft. It's not too dark for me to line the entire area, so I'm going close to the lash line on the whole eye. Just making it a bit thicker as I come out to the edge there. So those are the three colours I swatched initially, and there they are on the eye. Don't they look absolutely beautiful? Love them. I'm going to use exactly the same brushes and just clean them off a bit. So I'm going to start again now for the other eye with my BK Beauty 202. I'm going to try this one here, which is called Fervor. This is a matte medium warm caramel. Let's see how much pigment I get from that if I just tap it on initially. Oh, that's lovely actually. Natasha Denona shadows, they just work for you. I've spent so long this week trying to blend out things like the new palette from Chanel, and I swear that is blended out in a way that took me about 10 minutes with Chanel. Not that I'm saying Chanel's bad, because it's not, but I just did not get on very well with, if anyone saw it, my second attempt to use that purple and green palette, and I used all purples here, and I swear that took me 10 minutes to just achieve this much of a smooth finish. So that is beautiful. That's a gorgeous shade actually. I love that. I love these sorts of colours with blue eyes. I think they're a really good match for me personally. So if you've got blue eyes, I think you're going to love this. Not to say you won't enjoy it if you don't have blue eyes. Please don't think that. Just some colours suit me better than others, and definitely these are colours that I think suit me probably the best. And the Sonia G Pencil Pro, running the same shade Fervor underneath. And back into Mellow, the one I used at the very beginning, to just go around the edges and soften it all out and smooth it out. So I've got nice smooth edges. This is the light peachy nude matte shade. Right, now finally the multi-chrome. You know Natasha did this down her arm. I'm dying to try that. Let's see how long I can get it to run down my arm. Not quite as much as Natasha. A lot of people think that Natasha probably puts a ton of it on. It has gone quite far down my arm, look. They are so impressive. The inside of my arm is where I can't actually show you, most of it's gone, but that's where I was swatching it for my video earlier. I thought I'd keep it on my arm in case I want to refer to how they look. But anyway, if you're wondering why I've got such a messy arm there. So let's try, this is called Phenomena. Multi-chrome pink peach green it's described as, and this has to go all over the lid. Oh, whoa, 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 look. Oh yes. Wow. That is a bold colour, my goodness. It looks so much brighter on the eye than it did when I swatched it. It's made quite a mess actually. Can you see how it's gone on my face and into my lashes? So I put way too much on my hand, on my finger. But that's my fault. That's not the fault of the actual formula. Whoa, look at this. See that shift? I love shifty eyeshadows. I love them. Let's get rid of the excess. This brush, by the way, this is from BK Beauty, Nikki LaRose N14. This is the best brush I've ever found that just literally picks up any fallout and gets rid of it for me. I say that when a little bit of this has actually managed to spread on my face, but on the whole, it is very, very good at that. So I'm going to go back in now with my fluffy brush just to tidy this up and mix it in with the other mattes. Popping a little bit of Fervor back on this brush just to slightly deepen up the edge there, where I might have lost a bit of Fervor. And one thing I would say is if you've got mature skin, this formula here, which is this new metal gloss, is really complementary to my skin and not showing up all the lines. This one is showing up all the lines on my eye, which just doesn't put me off using it. I will never stop using anything sparkly, I love it. But if you're going to talk about a really smooth application that's most complementary to mature skin, I would definitely say the Metal Gloss formula is doing that, whereas this one is just, probably you can see on camera, I think it's very obvious. It shows the lines on my eyelid. So now I'm going to try Elm. This is a sparkling foiled light bronzy nude, I think it said. Yeah. So I'm using the BK Beauty 202. No, not 202, honestly, what's wrong with me? 209, the brush I use pretty much every day. So this is going in the inner corner, really nice shade for that. And I'm going to bring it up here to meet up with the multi-chrome a bit, just sort of fuse the two together. and take it underneath the brow. Another perfect shade for that. And back into Pep to line, and I'm taking this to line the whole of the eye tight to the lash line like I did on the other side. So I've gone off camera and done my mascara. I also add a little bit of clear lip gloss over the lipstick. Not because this is a particularly drying lipstick, but because I haven't added any lip gloss to my lips since about 8-9 o'clock this morning. And I normally would have applied it at least 3 times. I was trying to do a wear test, so my lips just needed that bit of hydration. But it also shows how beautiful this lipstick looks with a bit of gloss as well, so whichever finish you prefer. But anyway, let's look at these eye looks. So here is my first look, and this was using both of the new formulas. Snug over most of the eye and homey in the inner corner. And then this one, the multi-chrome, which is, it's lovely. I think it looks a lot nicer now that it's blended out with everything else. I think it was showing up my lines a little bit more until it was sort of blended out with everything. But now that it's blended out, I really like it. But I think I probably prefer this one. But I love this one. I don't know. Let's not pick a favourite. Let's just say that this palette is exceptional. And it's very likely to be very, very high on my list. Last year, I Need a Nude was my favourite palette of the whole year. This year, my favourite, I've got joints, I'd say, but certainly the golden palette was joint with something else, which maybe I won't reveal everything yet until I've decided, because I'll probably do a video telling you my favourite eyeshadow palettes of the year. Is this going to take over from golden palette? Quite possibly. But is this just going to be my autumn favourite, and the golden is my favourite for summer, because that has been fabulous for summer looks. But these shades are screaming autumn, aren't they? So love, love, love this shade. This one is very versatile. This one could be so good for so many things, even like wedding makeup. It's that sort of classic eye look, isn't it? I love it, absolutely love it. So there we are. 1,000,000 out of 10 for the palette. It's a massive yes, I recommend it. Always recommend Natasha Denona, to be honest, but some are better than others for me. And this colour story in particular is absolutely 1,000,000% me. I Need a Nude I loved, but the colours were a little bit too cool maybe to be my perfect shades, but it was still my top palette. But these shades, these are me, absolutely me. So I'm very, 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 very happy with this palette. And the lipsticks, as you've seen, honestly, I love these cases. I think they are the nice, I love the way they feel. They're so cool to the touch. I just love the texture of them. It's like, it sounds daft, doesn't it? Oh, I love them. Everything I've tried. Not that it's been more than those 3 products, but fabulous, fabulous. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ordered the Valentino lipsticks, and have you ordered this eyeshadow palette? And if not, will you be ordering them? I'm sure you'll be able to get all of these later on in the year, so please don't think you have to rush out and get them this minute. Certainly with Natasha Denona, they never seem to disappear. They might go out of stock briefly, but they'll turn up again. They are available in Sephora in the US, and you can buy it from the Natasha Denona website here in the UK and elsewhere. And I do have a 15% discount code for you on the Natasha Denona website, so I'll put that code now below for you, and you can get 15% off. Plus, remember, if you are signed up to Natasha Denona, she does have a very, very good reward system, so make sure you are logged in before you buy, because when you go through to checkout, your points will come up and it will tell you how much you can use to convert your points into credit. I have never bought anything without having something there. Every purchase I make, I seem to create credit. So, like, I think this one I got £25 off, so nearly half price. So very pleased with that. So make sure you check that out. And if you're ordering from the UK, I did pay for the fastest shipping, which I think is around, I can't remember now, maybe £10-15. I know it's extra. But it does get to me within 3 days. I ordered this Tuesday evening and it arrived Friday lunchtime, so 3 days I suppose, nearly just under 3 days. But very fast, and that happens every time I go for fast shipping. But when I go for the slow shipping, it can take up to 2 weeks sometimes. So just be aware of that if you're in the UK. But yeah, this will be also available in the Sephora UK at some point. Just when, I don't know. It can take months sometimes, but it's not there yet. I will put it on my community page if I see it available elsewhere, so I'll keep you informed, because you don't have to pay for the extra shipping, even though it's very reasonable if you're prepared to wait 2 weeks. And the packaging from Natasha Denona is brilliant. It's always bubble wrapped and it's very secure. I've never ever had an issue. So if you want to get that 15% discount code, but also we will get discounts coming up later in the year. Sephora are now moving into the same sort of system as the US, so I think I was told I'm a gold member, which means I'm going to get, I don't know, first access to sales or something. We'll have to wait and see how that works here, but obviously that could be an opportunity for you to pick this up. And the Valentino, I don't know if these are limited. I don't think it said they are limited edition. I think these could be permanent, so maybe you don't need to rush out and get these. As soon as they're refillable, they must be permanent, mustn't they? So yeah, maybe just wait until, maybe there'll be a sale for the Black Friday sales or even January sales. You don't have to rush and get them, but yeah, gorgeous present this would make, wouldn't it? Somebody who loves lipstick, I reckon they'd be over the moon with that. I would anyway. Anyway, that's enough from me for today. I would love to hear your thoughts on everything I've tried today, and do look out for my shorts videos because I will definitely film some more looks with this stunning palette. I cannot wait to get more stuck into this palette, I really can't. And I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, please do like and subscribe, and if you're not already, and if you are already subscribed rather, as I always say, thank you so very, very, very much. I really do appreciate every single one of you, and I hope to see all of you again for my next video. Take care everybody, bye.